I've activated all 4 oscillators here, so let's route this through the filter section and check out its controls. So I'm going to turn on the filter by clicking over here, and we can adjust the filter cutoff and peak or resonance simultaneously with this one control here. If you do want to control them independently, you can hold down the Option key on your keyboard and then click and drag in one direction, and it kind of limits it to that direction. So now I'm just controlling the filter frequency, not the peak. Whereas when I start to drag downwards, and if I hold down the Option key, I'm just adjusting the peak and not adjusting the filter cutoff. All right. Now you can't adjust the numbers by clicking and dragging here, but you can double click to type in a value. So let's say I want to set this to 1000, I can just type in 1000 here. Now there's one very cool feature here with panning on the filter. So if I hold down Command, as it says over here, since I'm on a Mac, and if I click and drag on the number here, you notice that we see 2 additional peaks, and that's just basically letting us know that we are changing the filter cutoff for the left channel and the right channel independently. So now we're going to get a bit of a stereo widening effect. You can hear the left channel sounds a lot more filtered than the right channel. And of course, I can flip it the other way around. Can be a bit confusing to adjust this. Yeah, just click and drag sideways. So when you drag sideways, we're adjusting the panning. Now I can't play and adjust this at the same time because I only have 2 hands. But that's a very simple way to create some stereo widening in your patch. Alright, we have different filter models. So this was classic by default, and you have all these different options, all the way down to a very simple digital clean filter. Now I would suggest experimenting with these because they all do sound quite different. Just to give you one example, so this is a clean low pass filter. I'm going to switch over to the extreme one. And you can hear it sounds extremely different. Alright, let's now check out the different filter types. So get low pass, but we also have high pass. We have a band pass option. We have a bell option. So now we're entering into the EQ territory. Okay. Next, a low shelf, another style of EQing. Adjusting low frequencies like that, or even a high shelf. And then lastly, we also have a notch filter. Alright, filter slope next. I'm going to switch back to a low pass filter here. We have a 6 dB per octave option. For very gentle filtering, we don't get any peak control or any resonance control. We do have 12 dB per octave. Oberheim style filtering or classic Moog style filtering with 24 dB per octave. And also the other extreme of 48 decibels per octave. You don't see this often on filters, synthesizer filters at least. Nice to have that option. Alright, I'm going to switch back to 24 dB per octave and leave it as a low pass filter. Now, like many other synthesizers, we do have multiple filters here. And to activate another filter, you can just double click on the line. And now I have activated a second filter. It defaults to this notch EQ, but I can click over here and quickly change it. By the way, you can also right click and change what you want over here. So I want a high pass filter. I want to change this to metal. So right now, only my low pass filter has this panning option, but this one is still centered. But of course, you can change that if you want to. We can add more filters. Let's make room for a third one. Again, double click on the line. Now we have a third filter here. And I can double click on the line to create a fourth filter. And that's the total. So we get total of 4 different filters to create almost like an EQ type shape here.